Hi everyone, how are you today? So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about purchasing luxury items from Japanese reseller on eBay. I've purchased a few times from Japanese resellers. The reason is, well, in Japan, they have really strict rules about selling counterfeits, and the resellers are, they do sell authenticated items, and a lot of them they do come with the authentication card. So that's reassurance that you are buying something that's not fake, not counterfeit, and it's authenticated. So again, I've purchased a few times in the past, and by purchasing it secondhand, obviously the cost of the item is way less than if you were to go onto retail and purchase a Chanel bag, which personally for me, and if I paid $5,000-6,000 for it, I would worry about using it outside, and I would baby it and not really enjoy it, especially with the Chanel price increase annually. For a classic fab, you have to pay 6,000 or upwards for a bag, and it's just becoming too expensive to buy it retail. And on the secondhand market, there are a lot of like older, more classic bags, and I believe the more classic and more vintage bags, they are in better quality anyway. So by purchasing it, obviously you save money, and you save and you have a better quality bag. So recently I just purchased a Chanel bag from an eBay reseller, which I purchased in the past for a different luxury item. And I've been, obviously when you do buy a bag that's a couple $1,000s, you do your due diligence and you do your research. So I've been looking at this bag, and I've been asking the seller questions. Obviously look at the pictures that they provide, and a lot of them provide very detailed, descriptive pictures that you wanted to be able to look. And if anything that you see that doesn't seem right, you can always ask the question to the seller. And in the past, when I do ask questions, a lot of the sellers, they are very responsive because they are running a legitimate business, and they will get back to you. And obviously for the ones that doesn't get back to you, and that's a red flag to not make any purchases from them. So anyway, I purchased this bag, and as you can see, it's a beige bag. I do have a lot of black bags, and I do have black Chanel in the larger size. So there are a lot more black bag with the gold hardware that's on the market. But again, I was looking for more of a neutral, like a beige color, and I did see this bag. So when I did contact the seller about the condition of the bag, he was able to provide me with response. And because I was repurchasing from the same seller, he did extend a very small discount. In addition, the seller did not charge shipping to the US. So, that's another probably $40-50 if you were to pay additional shipping. So, but just wanted to let you know that in the past, when I did purchase, I was able to get it, and I didn't have to pay any duty fees or other handling fees. But I think recently a lot of the Japan sellers are using DHL for the delivery with the whole COVID pandemic. So this is actually the first time I'm using DHL as well. So what happened was, once everything was finalized, I paid. The seller was very quick in sending and dropping this off for delivery. So once I did that, I was able to track the package. Now, DHL also sends you email about your package and the status of the delivery. And I believe the day before that I was supposed to get the delivery, I also got an email from them saying that I was responsible to pay the duty tax, the import tax. So I researched around, again, in the past where I've made more expensive purchases and I didn't have to pay for duty. And this time around, I wasn't sure it was, some kind of fraud or, because you do get emails saying a lot of the times about, your package is being delivered, you're supposed to log on, make sure everything is right, and pay this amount. So I did my research, and I also called up DHL to make sure that the invoice that I'm paying is legitimate. So anyway, what I found out was, yes, for any item over $800 US, you're supposed to pay import or duty tax. So obviously this item was over that amount, and the percent, well, at least for my item, was a 9% on the value of the item. The seller did declare the value of that bag to be less than what I paid for. So in a way, I do appreciate that, because the 9% of the declared value of the item, I only had to pay, less. I believe it was almost like 50% less than what the true value of the bag was. So, I do appreciate that. So it just saved me some additional money. Now, in addition, DHL also charged a handling fee on top of the duty that I have to pay, because they are actually the agent to bring in this import, I guess now that, it's importing from another country. So they did charge a small amount on top of that. So going forward, now that I'm aware that, I would have to pay for the import tax, the duty tax, in addition to maybe perhaps a small agent's fee, so that would kind of calculate into the overall cost I'm paying for an item when I do purchase overseas. So anyway, now again, I did contact the seller about certain questions that I had about this bag. I know that it didn't come with a dust bag, but it did came with the authentication card. Now, unfortunately, the numbers kind of rubbed off the gold, but I can still see the black outline of the number that's on this card to kind of match up to the serial that's inside the bag. Again, this is, I believe it's a bag that was made in 1990s. For a vintage bag that old, the shape is pretty good, and being that it's a beige bag, there's a lot of color transfers, and I don't see a lot of that on the picture that they showed on the eBay site. This is the bag, and it's relatively in very good condition, as you can see, and it's the gold hardware. Obviously the straps are very good as well, and it does need to be cleaned. And it's the double flap, and there's some color rubbing on from the chain, and I think once you clean it and clean this, it should be good. The inside of the bag is in good condition as well, as you can see. There's no peeling or anything, and the cereal stickers is inside. And I do appreciate the seller, him getting back to me and responsive, and also putting a lower value so that I don't have to pay as much on duty, import tax. Again, you know, like there are few sellers that I do watch on eBay. This being one, and there are like, you know, maybe two other ones, and I will list the information down below. So I think overall, it's definitely cheaper, you know, than buying from a seller on eBay from Japan than if I were to go on a secondhand luxury item resale site. Like, you know, I've used the Real before. I purchased from the Fashion File. Again, because Chanel's price increase, you know, everything that's secondhand is also going up in price. So again, I do have to pay tax on this when you do buy it from eBay. So the cost to consider would be, you know, obviously the value of the item that you're purchasing, if the seller extending free shipping or not. If not, it's probably another $40–50 in shipping charges, tax that you have to pay when finalizing the purchase on eBay, and import or duty tax that you will have to pay once that item's imported, and also maybe perhaps an agent's fee that, you know, they're handling, accepting the import for you and delivering to you. But I think overall the combination of the cost, it's still, you know, cost less than if I were to do it, you know, to make the purchase through the Real or Fashion File. So overall, I was pretty happy with the purchase. When it came inside bubble wrapped. It was well protected, but it wasn't anything fancy. If it were to purchase from like a US reseller, maybe it'll come with their own dust bag and, you know, some more tissue wrapping, but it was fine with me. So, you know, it's a nice bag considering, you know, the price that I pay for it. And I think, you know, I could wear it and maybe I could get it cleaned. Just kind of give it like an overall cosmetic spa treatment so that, you know, it looks a little bit better. And I can still use it right now, but there are certain, you know, like at the bottom, I think there's like some scratches, which I could see, you know, it being cleaned. But overall, I'm happy with the purchase. So I guess, you know, going forward, if you wanted to make a purchase through eBay, especially for a luxury item, you know, definitely do your due diligence and make sure, you know, the seller, it's a respectable seller, to ask the question, and you know, the more you know, the better. And I will list a couple of the sellers that I follow on eBay, on Japanese resellers, and also on luxury goods. You can check it out, and I think I would recommend this, you know, purchasing luxury item on eBay with Japanese sellers. It really depends on your comfort level and on obviously the person, the seller, your due diligence on the item, so that you can make an informed decision on making a purchase on eBay. So here's my new bag, and hopefully, you know, with more neutral color, I could use it in the upcoming warmer weather. And I would also kind of look into maybe like a cleaning, a spa treatment for my bag in the future. And hopefully I could come back with another video to show you once it's gone through the spa treatment. So see you in the next video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do release videos every Sunday, and I do talk about, you know, lifestyles, bags, just pretty much anything that, you know, of me. So please hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye everyone. Take care.